I'm Twilight Sparkle, and today I'll be your narrator. I think that's how he does that. I'm not sure. I've never seen any of Planet Dolan's videos, so, right. So number 1 was submitted by me, and this happened, I think, about a year ago, and it still pisses me off. I was in a building that had about 10 floors, quite a few 10th, and me and Starlight were just kind of lounging around, minding our own business, asleep, I think, and then the fire alarm went off, and so we were scrambling over the bucking apartment, grabbing some stuff, trying to get the cat into a bucking box. She would just not get in the box. She was just being a pain in the plot. And then, finally, we managed it and went out the front building with every pony else, and we were waiting. Oh, my sweet Celestia, there's a fire, and every pony is going to die. And then the fire mayor came, and then they left. And I asked them, hey, what happened? Oh, one of your neighbors was smoking outside, and they must have left it and not put it out. And so it triggered the alarm. Like, what? That's stupid. And so we all had to get up at 3 a.m. and wait for like an hour in days. That's not even the worst part. The worst part is while I was looking for my cat, my keys fell off my chain and I was locked out of my apartment all night because real estate had the backup keys, weren't open until 9 a.m. And so Starlight and I luckily met our neighbor and let us stay over there for the night. And then we went out, we got some breakfast, we came back with the spare key, and we got inside, all because some mulehead, probably Rainbow Dash, didn't put out their bucking cigarette. Ugh. Wow. I can't even imagine how upset he was about that. I'm Twilight's assistant Spike, and today I'll be your narrator. Oh boy, here I go. Sorry, Rarity. Number 1 was submitted by me, and it was the worst way I ever found out I no longer had a romantic partner. In high school, I had a mare friend for about 3 months. Her name was Rarity. She was a foreign exchange student from Ponyville and was beautiful. Things were going well until one day she just didn't show up to school. And she didn't show up for the rest of the week either. I got curious and started asking around, and I found out she had been arrested. Oh, it turns out Rarity was a Ponyville spy, and she had been found out and pulled in by the police. Through our parents, I was able to arrange an interview with her in the police station. She had all of these bruises. They've beaten the stuff out of her. I asked her if it was true that she was a spy, and she said yes. She'd been plotting against our country. So I did the only thing a patron can do. I spat on her and stood up and left. Oh man, Rarity, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm Rainbow Dash, and today I'll be your narrator. What's the craziest suggestion a customer ever had for me? One day I had a customer come up and make a request that I just couldn't fulfill. He asked if he can host a birthday party at my bar. And of course I said, sure, who's it for? He said, well, ma'am, it's my daughter's 16th birthday, and I was wondering if she could have her sweet 16 up here. Have a good time with the fellas, and maybe take one home with her. There's a couple of things wrong with that, and you can just pick one, and that be enough to not do it. But that was a weird request. I don't know. I don't want to know what happened during your sweet 16. Yeah, and I'm gonna take a guess saying your bar sells alcohol. I'm Rarity, and today I'll be your narrator. Oh boy. Number 1 was submitted by me. When I was little, my dad told me that if I put dirt into a sock and tied it up in a knot and threw it into the sky, I would catch fruit bats. Oh my. I believed him, and I spent hours of every day for a month straight throwing socks in the air trying to catch bats, and that was probably a way to keep me occupied and out of my parents' mains. Oh boy. I just don't know what to say about that. Hopefully they're not vampire fruit bats. I'm Applejack, and today I'll be your narrator. Ugh. Number 1 was submitted by me, your narrator, Applejack. The most embarrassing thing that happened to me while I was at work was when I had a conversation with a friend through email. This was in 2010 when people actually used those, and I ended up printing out the whole conversation. This conversation went up to 15 pages. My boss ended up talking to me in the other office, and he was like, AJ, you better not do this stuff again. No more. I swear, if I see you do this, we're gonna write you up. After that, I never did again. And I got freaked out. What's crazy is that almost happened again to me by mistake, but this time around I made sure to press the cancel print button. Gee, I wonder what you wrote in that. I think I'll go as Pinkamania for this one. My name is Pinkamania, and today I'll be your narrator. And of course, number 1 was submitted by me. The weirdest thing that I have ever seen at a friend's house was this room that my friend called the fish room. It was actually his grandfather's collector's room, to be specific, as he collected these motion-activated fish that would sing whenever you walked past them. You know what I'm talking about. Well, my friend told me to step into the room and just enjoy the music. He opened the door to the small bedroom. I stepped inside, and immediately all these crazy fish turned their heads and began to sing. And guys, they were plastic fish on every inch of the walls. So the noise was loud, deafening, horrible mash of country songs, and I loved every second of it. Hee hee hee. I'm Fluttershy, and today I'll be your narrator. And number 1, the most desperate thing I've done to attract someone back in elementary school. I had a crush on this colt. He was kind of cute. We had a lot in common, but one thing we didn't have in common was our taste in music. I liked the golden oldies, top 40s, some pop, but he loved rap. He told me his favorite singer was Eminem, so I decided I would serenade him by learning a couple of his songs and singing them back to him. This was before the days of internet, or at least the days before I had access to the internet, so I actually taped it on VCR. Kids, you might want to Google what VCR is. Kept rewinding, playing, and rewinding and playing a performance of Eminem. Lose yourself to write down all the lyrics. I finally memorized it and was ready to perform it. I told him to meet me out back the schoolyard so I can sing it. And he said, sure, is it okay if I bring my new girlfriend, Sugar Belle, from 6th grade? I canceled the whole thing, and to this day, I'm not a fan of rap music. Oh dear.